there's a question that almost every collector at some point has to ask themselves, and that is, am I going to collect knockoffs? KOs, as people love to call them. Now, if you answer yes, then there's going to be a bunch of things that open up to you, from eBay, auctions, Mercari, Facebook, all types of places. But in particular, there are a couple of websites out there that you're going to want to see and learn about and go to find these knockoffs. But a lot of these has little tricky, intricate things that you're going to want to know about. So today, we're going to talk Temu. Okay, so we're going to try to make this as quick and concise as possible, because Temu itself, there's so much to it that this could go on for a long time, but I'm going to try to break it up into little segments to explain like how this works. So first of all, a lot of people make the mistake thinking that Temu is a Chinese company. The fact is it's actually owned from an American company, and its offices are in Boston, Massachusetts. But they also own a piece of a Chinese company that has all types of merchandise and sellers that come onto it. So think of it as trying to be like an Amazon. I mean, they even had a Super Bowl ad at some point. I didn't actually see it myself. Hey, if I find it, I'll put it up there so you can see it. But the point is, they're in America, they're American, they do sell Chinese knockoffs, and they're here to try and take a chunk out of the big retailers like Amazon. And they do this with a lot of like social marketing, a lot of interaction. To the point where between, I think it was September 2020 and January 2023, they were the most downloaded app. Now they have a website as well, but the key here is the app, and the idea is to get users to download the app, get people to come on and buy just like anything else. But they really push the whole getting users to the point where if you're even thinking about possibly going onto Temu and purchasing anything, the first thing you want to do is reach out and find out, do you have any friends? Because they will go crazy, because there are all types of games and benefits that if you're a brand new user, you can help someone that already has Temu. I'm going to talk about one game in particular, but before we get to that, I'm going to explain more of their business model. As I said, they got listed as having the most downloaded apps for that period of time, 2022 to 2023, like fall to winter. That is done mainly because of all the people sharing and downloading the app so that they can win all the various games that they have. So that's smart, especially considering the fact that if you're already going to buy something, then additionally making sure that someone else gets a benefit for it, that keeps things back and forth. And some of these games you have to log in every day, like the game I'm going to talk about, Fishland, to feed the fish. So you're constantly coming back to it. You know, with Amazon, sure, you may check every day for one of their, lightning deals or something like that. But for the most part, it's not something that they have to push anymore, at least not in that social way. But Temu is not playing around. They want to make sure that you are logging on every day to do something. And they have coupons and all types of things to help you do that. So that's their marketing strategy, or at least part of it, to the point where, like, even when you're trying to get people to join, they don't really check, they don't do verification as far as the email. Like, they don't require you to go and click on something to verify it. So that does open up a lot of things where you know how people talk about having like fake Facebook users, Instagram users, things like that? I am sure there are probably millions of like fake accounts, because they have so many groups from Facebook, TikTok, Discord, like everywhere, Reddit, where people are trading and sending coupon codes and sending links because people are trying to win this variety of games that all these people are downloading it. I mean, you see people running all types of things that would be totally against what Temu's trying to do, meaning that they are having people with like 5 phones pretending like they're new users or existing users, all types of things. It is a rabbit hole that you can definitely fall down, and I don't know if you can crawl out of it, because once you're in, your friend is going to want you to continue to do whatever you need to do so that it helps them with their games. Then you're going to be talking about your coupons. You're going to be talking about what's being on sale. You're getting notifications. You're getting emails. And then now you're playing games, and now you want to get existing new users and new users. So now you're sending your friends messages, and your friends are thinking you got hacked, and you have to convince them, no, please, I'm trying to win this Transformers. Will you please click on my link or use my referral code, please? And yes, that's the evil that Temu is. Now, the other thing that they get a lot of slack for is their delivery. So let's talk about that before we even talk about buying anything. First of all, as I said, a lot of stuff comes from China, especially like the knockoffs, a lot of the cheaper electronics, just cheaper knickknacks and toys and things comes from China. Usually delivery time could be anywhere between I've gotten things in maybe 8 days, and I've gotten things in a full 2 weeks. Just doing some quick research, it used to be worse. There used to be a lot of undelivered things. There used to be a lot of, damaged items, long wait times. I'm talking about a month or more. I've seen posts like that. My experience, I've only started using Temu maybe about 3 months ago. I never waited more than 3 weeks for an item. But as far as it becoming either damaged or at least gnarly, I have Exhibit A for you here. This is a Temu package. Now, I haven't opened this one yet, but as you can see, it looks like it was wrapped by me as a 12-year-old trying to do Christmas presents by myself. It's just wow. Now, I'm not going to open this here, but I will tell you that most of the time, if it's something's in the box, I know what this is. But yeah, if something's in a box, it's probably going to be okay. There has been one instance where I ordered the Dinobot Swoop, which for any collectors knows that can be known for just being flimsy, and then a knockoff, you add more risk to it. And that, not only was it broken, but it looked like someone had opened it, broke it, put it back and sent it, and then they sent that to me. Now, I will say that as soon as I contacted Temu through chat, even though it was a wait, because it had something like 500 people waiting, it took probably an hour, but you can browse and it'll bring up a little pop-up to let you know that they're there. They immediately were like, oh, if you send it back, they gave me the label. As soon as I put the label and it was scanned by UPS, they immediately gave me my money back, sent me another one, and that one was fine. Another time I did have another item that didn't show up. I got a refund for that one, and that one was in my account within, I think, 3 to 5 days, which is normal. So, yes, your packages are most likely going to look gnarly, and it's going to take some time, and it could be broken, but I haven't had any instances of not getting the item at all, or having them fight me on the return or anything like that. Alright, so the next part that I want to talk about has to do with the actual type of bargains and how you can play through the game. So, a lot of people say games are scams, rigs, things like that. Okay, I can understand, especially when you look at how these games pop up. They use a lot of language like, hey, you're going to win this. Oh, you're in the easy mode. Oh, we're going to give you this. Yeah. Most of these games, how it works is at first it looks like you can easily win, and then it gets harder. The key is they want you to either get a brand new user or make a purchase, or usually both. Okay? That's the key. As I said, that goes back to their marketing plan. They also have coupons that you can get when you make a purchase. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, get $90 worth of coupons if you make a purchase. Sometimes if you use a referral code, you'll get coupons. Plus, they'll send you just coupons. There can be various type of coupons, from $3 off of $29 order, $50 off $120 order. You get the drift. Sometimes they'll also send you things where they'll give you discount. They'll give you credits, usually in cents, 2 cents, 5 cents, 6 cents, but it can add up over time. And I would say that the best way to use Temu is to find one of the games where it's kind of ongoing and it's about building up to the end, and you get more closer by buying something or getting a new user. I use Fishland, and I'll just quickly explain how Fishland works. Basically, it's a fish tank, and you have I think it's 6 fish. You have to feed all the fish to get the item. So when you start off, you have, I think you already have maybe 100 fish food. Each time you feed the fish, it takes 10 away. But you'll see that there's a list of things that you do to earn anywhere from 5 to 800 fish food. I break it into 2 categories. The first category would be simple things like sharing a link, browsing, a certain section, inviting existing users. These are other players who, have the app but are willing to join in your game. Again, a lot of that social engineering thing, it helps, because specifically they have a thing where when you add new users, they become in your friends list in the fish game, and then each day you can get between 5 and 15 depending on the game. The game morphs, so that's why I'm trying to be brief, because you may look at the game and it may look different. It's not going to be completely redone, but they move things around the way it works, especially after you've won a few times. They change a lot of things up. But when you have existing users, you can collect the fish if they feed the fish. So again, this goes back to that social part, coming back to the app over and over and over again, getting all these messages and things. So the reason why I like it is when you first look at the app. So let's say you're going to do Temu, you reached out to a friend, your friend went crazy because you're brand new, so you join, and then he's playing or she's playing Fishland. You click on it, and now you have Fishland. I would exit right away, because the game is going to pick your prize based on what you look at. So if you're brand new, you haven't looked at anything yet, you're not going to get to search to find your prize. It's going to be a list that they've chosen. It's a pretty long list, but it's a list. What I would do first of all is start looking for what you wanted. So for me, I started looking for Transformers. As I said, most of this stuff is going to be from China. It's knockoffs, so I was looking for knockoffs. So I already had all these knockoffs. I added some to my wish list. I would put it into the cart, remove it from the cart, do that so that the system knows I am here for knockoff Transformers. So after that's done, usually I don't know, it could be a couple of hours. I think I did it the next day. So the next day I come back and now I click on the game ready to play. So what do I see? Along with all the other items, they have also added maybe 3, 4, 5 of the the knockoff Transformers that I was looking at. Usually for the Fishland game, they have a cap of how much it should be. So if it's usually around no higher than $50 or so. How to play this game the right way? I realized that in the game it said if I spent $50, I would get I think it was 600 fish food. Okay, so my plan was to make sure that I get to that dollar amount. So I saw those 2 items, and together it was $48, right? And then I said, okay, fine. I went to the game, I loaded it up, but instead of picking those items, I picked, I think it was Grimlock. So that was my first prize. After you start feeding, it'll say, oh, you get a secondary prize. The secondary prizes are usually $20, around that dollar mark. So for me, I was able to get a Bumblebee. So now in the Fishland game, I have the potential to win Grimlock, G1 reissue knockoff, and Bumblebee G1 reissue knockoff. Okay, so I'm playing the game, feeding the fish. It's going really fast at first. It starts to slow down, as expected. I'm on the last fish. It's going really slow. I invite a new user. It speeds up. And what I mean by speed up, sometimes in the very beginning, when you have all the fish, you feed a fish 10 fish food. Like I said, it's in increments of 10. It may jump up 50%. By the time you're on that last fish, it can be a 0.5%, 1/4%, even less. And the more you win, the harder it gets. Just be clear. At first, maybe one new user and one purchase, you'll probably win because you usually have 6 days, 7 days to complete the entire thing lasts that long. But they'll sometimes do things to extend it. I've seen new Fishland games where it's 30 days. So as I said, it may be different. We'll try to give you like the basics of it though, things that usually don't change. So, I was on the last fish and I knew I needed probably around 900 fish food to win. I also had the coupons. Now remember, I said that there were some coupons that were very low end, like $3 off 29. But they sometimes throw out really good coupons, and you can check for coupon codes too. But there was one which I consider one of their top ones. It was $20 off a $50 order. Anything over $40 for the Fishland game would automatically give you like 600 fish food, right? And then you would also invite a friend. And you would have the discount. So I knew that between that order, the new friend, I would have about 900 fish food. So that's when I went and I got the 2 cassettes. Now, if you've seen some of my unboxing, you've seen that I've sometimes throw in something else like plastic, guns and stuff for, my figures, like the 3.75 inch figures. That's because I wanted to get to $50. So the 2 cassettes are maybe $48. I see, $1.79 for 25 pieces of plastic guns. Okay, now I hit 50. I get $20 off. Now it's only $30. I make the purchase. I get the fish food. Boom. So now I got Grimlock, Bumblebee, and then 4, because it's a 2-pack, 4 G1 reissue knockoff cassettes for $33 and free shipping. That's how you utilize Temu as far as I'm concerned. You want to utilize based on, I already want to buy, I'm playing this game, I'm not going to go crazy playing this game, but I keep in mind. And the system, as I said, it keeps reaching out to you. It'll throw out bargains, it'll throw out sales, it'll throw out all types of little things to get you. So you sometimes got to be patient. I always say the best thing is to time all these things together. That way it doesn't feel like you're working for something and then you get angry if you don't win, because you have to remember they're trying to make money. But if you utilize it, that's what I've done. I've won, I think, like 5 or 6 times, but because I was already going to make the purchase. I knew what I was getting into. And that's the same thing with any knockoffs. Since Temu has basically resellers, like how you go on Amazon and it's Amazon and then they have resellers? Well, with Temu it's basically all resellers. So you want to read and make sure that the ones that you're buying for are good as well. Always be wary of reviews, but the ones with pictures and more descriptions are usually the ones that you can rely on. As far specifically as the knockoff Transformers, there's really only like 2 companies that I found, and the main one I buy from has a really good rating, and I've ordered their knockoffs for a long time and I haven't had any issues with them besides shipping, but that's all of Temu, not the specific person. So that's what I say in a nutshell. There are tons of other games that Temu offers that you could use. But I'm not going to talk about that because this video will be like 5 hours long. But the key is that if you're going to utilize this site, realize that it's going to be knockoffs most likely. You might find a couple of real places that might sell. Like I think I saw a Hasbro Marvel Legends that looked real, but it may not be, because here, Exhibit B, I got this from Temu, and if you look at it, it looks legit. It says Transformers, it has the Hasbro thing on the back. Looks good, right? But it's a knockoff. And at least as far as these, a lot of ways you can know is that it does not come with the stickers. It does not come with the rubber symbol on it. So there's things that you have to, watch out for if you're going to do any knockoffs. And you'll find videos here on YouTube, and I'm going to do some as well, explaining like the differences between knockoffs and regulars, and there's things that you look for. But that's for another video. This one was about how to utilize Temu to its maximum. And I hope I was able to help with that. You know, there's so much to it, and I was trying to squeeze it into about 20 minutes. But if you have any questions or comments about Temu, please leave it, because I want to talk to the community, especially about these games and about utilizing Temu to get knockoff toys, because I do think it's a good resource. And there's others like AliExpress, which I will be doing a video on as well. But if you do like this video and you do like the Book of Bargains segments, please give us a like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. It really, really helps me out, and I really, really appreciate it. But until next time, remember, if you're gonna collect, hunt for those bargains and get that % off. Until next time, thanks for watching.